death counter in Valheim is usually a number that represents how good you did throughout the game during a run and how little deaths you managed to get away with. But what if it had a physical form? That was the idea behind Swamphill, the death counter cemetery. During my last run, I thought about this build idea early on, and I found the perfect spot for it as well while looking for bone mass. A tiny meadows hill surrounded by swamp trees all around, hence the name Swamphill. Some Valheim seeds have them, and it's always such a nice find every time. A hill that can be meadows, forests, plains, and that changes the visual aspect of the swamp when standing in the middle of the hill. So I had already the idea for it, but I needed some very late game materials, and since this was a survival build, that meant that it needed to wait until I landed in the Ashlands. The house on the hill had to have this creepy Addams Family kind of look, so a dark Victorian house with 2 floors, pretty much just surrounded by a large fenced garden where all the tombstones would be. Ashwood and darkwood were the perfect materials for this, along some eerie green torchlights that meant iron, tar, and ashwood. I tested a few layouts in my creative world before building it in my survival game, mainly because I knew that irregular shaped layouts like this would make it harder to make the roof correctly. It still caused some issues, but it's barely visible. So we have a main entrance where you have to go up some wiggly steps to get in. Those steps were also made with grausen slabs and grausen beams, much like the other builds that I've shown in this channel. A side entrance with its own roof for utility, a nice little chimney area and some very thin windows with shutters all around the sides, some covered with vines. For the outdoor area, I used the pickaxe to dig out small holes where I placed stone thrones, as one of my viewers suggested, then raised the ground slightly, only so the top part of the stone throne would be visible. That made it look a bit like a tombstone. Since this was a death counter cemetery, I had to add 1 tombstone for each death my character had during the playthrough, so 7 in total. It actually felt pretty strange to have to dig the area to place the tombstone and then cover it up. In order to remember why I died, I added 2 things: a wooden plate on the back of the throne with the cause of the death, and then a character death stone with a trophy of the creature that killed me. How did I do that? By falling to my death from ladders right in front of the stone thrones, with only the respective trophy in my inventory. Thankfully, that didn't cost a lot of skill points because I did them mostly in one go. As for the interior, it only occurred to me later that I could make it into a gravekeeper's office. To make it happen, I added some more stone thrones under the floor slabs, much like the outside graveyard, as if they were waiting to be carved, polished, or simply placed outside. A little desk in front of the fireplace with a handy little chest, and some shelves of bones just for giggles. The second floor is pretty much just an open room with a balcony overlooking the entrance, and with some crafting tables that I needed for the build. I'm really happy with how it turned out, especially considering this is a survival build, and I will definitely be doing another one like this one in my next run, but hopefully I can start it earlier in the game. As for the name, Swamphill, well, I mentioned it, it's pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, that's Swamphill, the Death Counter Cemetery. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Catch you in the next build!